Hi guys, sorry about that. I am Overland. It is December 15th, 2019. And as I explained last night, I have been away for since Thursday. Because my phone decided to lock me out. Um, I hope you guys have had a good Sunday and that it's been a Sunday of recharging and refocusing what is most important, especially during this next week leading into Christmas. And so I cannot even start, I can't even find the words to explain before today all of the anger that I was experiencing um, due to being locked out of my phone. But here are a few lessons that I learned. In the midst of being so angry that I couldn't access my work apps and that I couldn't access you guys in giving you my daily thoughts and motivation to get you through your situations. Um, Through all of that, when I finally brought myself to a place of humility, I saw that it wasn't really that serious to try to control the uncontrollable, because my circumstance and what I was experiencing was out of my hands. But irrationally, I was trying to force things and control things, and it just made me feel so like I've been using the word yucky for a long time now, like at least for 2 to 3 months. But it was like feeling yucky times infinity of the level of impatience and just despair I was feeling over something very small in retrospect, but I blew it up because I wasn't getting things to work out for me in the way that I wanted. And so that's why I said last night when I posted that picture of my nephew and my niece, I needed a day, because as much as I missed doing these lives with you guys and for you guys, I was just not in the right mind space and the right spirit and energy to give you what I aspire to give you every day. And so today is way better than it was from Thursday to yesterday early evening, but I still, like, if I didn't go to church today, I would still be sulking and very upset. So long story short, we got the situation all settled with the phone. But the lessons that I learned, aside from bringing myself to humility and communicating with Heavenly Father, is that not sweating the small stuff is such not only a cliche thing to say, but it once you practice it, it makes the biggest difference of when versus when you do sweat the small stuff. So I was telling my best friend Caroline yesterday when I was venting through my Marco Polo and venting through text message. I was like, I failed the test. Like, we are tested every day. I feel, my personal opinion, we're tested every day, whether we're going to accept the challenges that Heavenly Father has us go through. Either we're going to accept them and go through the process and be humble and, you know, end up on the opposite side of the journey on a high note, like victorious feeling, like top of the world, kind of like when somebody climbs a mountain and they get to the top, they are so grateful that they didn't give up, especially when things got hard. Um, because I did sweat the small stuff, I felt like I failed. And this is when it's very important to have a team that doesn't tell you what you want to hear, but tells you what you need to hear, even if what you need to hear sounds super, super positive. And yeah. So when I had given her my spiel of how I was feeling, and she said, and I explained to her after she said this how much it meant to me, but she said, "You didn't fail." And then I was telling another friend today about it, and I was saying, like, oh my gosh, if oh no, I was telling her about work. And I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to be patient about me making mistakes. And then she said, it's not mistakes, it's experience. And I was just like, I knew that. I knew that from this other friend that said that my mistakes are just experiences. And then when my sister Caroline said, I didn't fail because I went through it. And so my encouragement for you guys this Sunday evening is that whatever you're going through, and believe me when I say I was livid with the Lord, and I let him know it's okay to be angry at the Lord. What's not okay is staying in it and knowing that we're always going to be tested every day, whether we're going to choose him or choose Satan and his pitfalls and traps. Just from this last test that I went through from Thursday to yesterday evening, I'm telling you guys, if you stick with the Lord, no matter how hard and you want to let go and you just want to be a baby and you want to throw tantrums, if you stick with him, I promise you, you will come out of that end of the journey victorious. Even though the process makes you feel like you are crummy and you're a baby about crying and griping about what you're going through, I promise that if you just get through it with the Lord, you will come out victorious. And as you level up to the next test, you will be smarter, to not be so prideful. At least that's what I'm taking away from this experience, is that I never ever want to be so angry with the Lord that I'm almost at the verge of turning away from him. And this is such a small thing. It was just being locked out of my phone. And another like high point about this whole experience is when I was at the height of my anger, because I had like at least 5 breakdowns because it was affecting my job and getting my hours in, and it was affecting a commitment I had made for a show that I couldn't make because I couldn't contact the contact. It was just all these things that I was allowing myself to be distracted and upset with, that I wasn't able to focus on the goodness and the mercy of Heavenly Father. But when I was at the height of that, and in prayer with him, the words came, "Trust me." And I was even more mad when I felt that prompting and those words come across me through the Spirit when he said, "Trust me." And it was like 2 things that I was upset of, because all my life, me and Caroline's hashtag, all my life, I felt, because I've pushed to stay obedient to him in the best way that I can, and as many commandments as I allow myself to stick with and be on his side, I've always felt like that obedience was equivalent of me being showing him my trust. But when those words came and I was humbled and brought to my knees about you're getting so mad and upset, but you're proving to me, like, this is the conversation I'm having with Heavenly Father. I'm proving to Him that I really don't trust Him because I am demanding things from Him. I'm feeling entitled and blah, 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 blah. So if you're in that angry state, you better humble yourself or the test is going to get longer. So after I got that prompt, I went to sleep because that was like 4 in the morning. And I had barely went to sleep at 12:30 because I was just trying to get into my phone. And when I got that prompt, I was like, okay, I surrender. And in surrendering, that's like a whole different life. But I'm just going to say this real quick about surrendering. When you surrender, like really surrender, everything starts to fall in place. So, brothers and sisters, friends and family, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're struggling with, I would invite you to surrender to the Lord, humble yourself. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's not worth it. It's not worth your sanity and being placed, because the downfall of sweating the small stuff is you will be placed in negative self-talk where you tell yourself and negative feelings towards yourself. So thank God for Sundays. Thank God for a team that loves me. Thank God for family. Thank God for friends and family and strangers that pray. You think you're alone, but I guarantee you there are people praying for you that you don't even have a clue of, whether you're related to them or not. Somebody, if not many, are praying for you. So surrender, be humble, and trust the Lord. Don't sweat the small stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.